Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. I thought we might try a craft today. I'm kind of stepping out on faith. You know, when I just feel like I don't know how this craft is going to come out, but I need to get those craft juices flowing again. So we're going to do a craft with this. Now, originally, I'm not gonna lie, originally I was gonna use this thing and put napkins on it. But I just saw somebody do the same thing. So I'm gonna change it up today because I just like to be different. And I am going to use the red, white, and blue burlap from the Dollar Tree. So I already cut out my strips, and I decided that I think Mod Podge would take too long to dry, and I don't know if it will hold it onto this plastic well enough. So what I'm going to use is behind me over here. It's Loctite spray. But before we get to Loctite spray, we're going to take our white piece of burlap, and I have my little iron going here, and I cut out some Dollar Tree iron-on in black with my Cricut, and it just says Sweet Summer, and I'm gonna put that right in the middle of my burlap here, and I'm hoping that my little iron is hot enough. But I am going to take this outside, and I am going to spray this entire innards of my popsicle heavy with Loctite spray. I'm going to use some gloves so I don't get all gross and sticky. And then we're going to cover that, all right? But before we cover that, it already has to say Sweet Summer because it's not going to stick on. It's an iron-on. And I did this for a reason. I want to see how well the Dollar Tree vinyl or Dollar Tree iron-on vinyl works. It's brand new to me. I haven't tried it anywhere else, I don't think. I think I tried a different one, but oh, maybe we did. I don't know. I opened a new box today anyway. So we're going to just iron on Sweet Summertime here. And so it already comes on its carrier sheet. So you don't have, you weed it. If you know, you know. Weeding is a term that is, a term in the Cricut world for weeding out the excess material and just having what you want, right, left over. So this is already weeded, and then it's left on its carrier sheet that it comes with. So I have a Cricut press and a big heat press, but this little iron is great for crafting. I don't know the temperature though. I don't know how, you know, how long. So we're just gonna just iron back and forth for a minute, and then we'll just check it. If it's not sticking, then we'll know it's not done yet. So here, let's just see. This is kind of a cool temp. I like to take a scraper. This is my own thing. I like to take my scraper and kind of, because it's too hot for my hands, I like to rub it in. I like to rub my iron-on into my fabric. All right, so it looks like we have it on there. Oh, we could use a little more heat over here on the ends. We'll just lay that back down and do the whole thing for a couple minutes. And then I'm going to pause the video and go outside and spray my popsicle. Is this a cute popsicle or what? I just think it's good enough to eat. I was gonna cover it in red, white, and blue stripes and stars and stuff with napkins, and I thought that was gonna be really cute, but we're gonna do it with this today. I just don't ever want to be called the copycat. So anyways, I know a lot of us have the same ideas. That's okay. But anyway, here is our sweet summertime. I don't know if you can see that, but it says sweet summertime. So now I'm going to turn my iron off and we will pause the video. And then I will go spray my popsicle here, but I'm definitely gonna wear gloves because I just painted my fingernails, and boy, I do not want to mess up my manicure and be all sticky, because what I'm using, of course, is a spray glue. All right, now I gotta find my little stick here. Here it is. I'll be right back. Okay, sticky, sticky, sticky. All right, this is what I'm talking about, the Loctite spray. I just went out and sprayed this entire thing with the Loctite, and it's very sticky, especially this glove. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is take our blue, and we're gonna have excess. So I am going to take my blue piece, and I'm just gonna stick it down in my popsicle. Okay, so we're just trying to stick it down to all the glue areas. Okay, just tack it down. Actually, I might get another glove. Or maybe I'll just work with this one. All right, so there is that layer. We have our blue on the blue, right? I'm just kind of holding it down because I did spray the edges here too, because I definitely want the edges stuck down here, because I'm gonna trim it when it's all done and stuck on there. All right, now I want my white one definitely to be my top layer. So we're gonna go to the next layer, which is my red layer. So let's layer the red in here. Gonna go up a little bit. Use my glove hand here and see if I can get that all laid in there correctly. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm just patting it in, laying it down. We might have to glue the top edges or Mod Podge them, but I didn't know if Mod Podge would be enough to hold it, and plus I thought it would take forever to dry. All right, I'm gonna take this strand off and another strand off, and I'm gonna cut this strand because I don't really know if I wanna cut it or pull it. All right, so now we have our red and blue on here, and it's already adorable, already adorable. Let me pat this down a couple more places here. Nice and neat too. I like how that's laying in there nice and neat. All right, now we're gonna put our white summertime in the middle here. So let me turn it around towards me so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to want my summertime right there in the middle. So we are just going to put it down, just like that. And on this side, I'm gonna fray my edge just a little, so that it matches the fray on top, which is perfect. And then I probably need to put a little Mod Podge now. A little Mod Podge will be fine, but I don't want to spray that Loctite in the house. So sometimes if it's raining, I'll take a cardboard box and I'll make it so that it's almost like a little cubby, and I'll spray it in there, but I don't like to do that. I have cats and stuff. So let's get out some Mod Podge, and let's not do gloss. Let's not. And say we do. My mom used to say that all the time. Hi, Mom. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of Mod Podge between my layers that are on top of the, you know, the ones that are overlapping. Give me a brush, please. This one will do just fine. We are just overlapping it where the white goes on because there's nothing for it to stick to. So let's just do that. Give it a little something to stick to. Pat that down, and we'll do the same thing underneath here. So let's put a little bit. I'm going to put it right on my brush and just kind of zhuzh it across. Zhuzh it up on the seams on the side. That I have a little sticky on the side. And that's perfect. Just enough to hold that down. I already love it. It's adorable. All right. Here we go. So now we have our popsicle, and we're gonna give it a little blow dry, and then we're gonna flip it over and cut out the excess. So let's give it a little blow dry, and then I'll probably go off, pause the camera for a little bit until this is nice and dry, just for time's sake. And yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, I have my Mod Podge, and before everything is dry, I'm gonna go around my edges of my popsicle and really get that glued down to my edges of my popsicles, so that when I trim it, it'll be on my popsicle. Okay, while this is drying up, I put some clips on that. I am going to want to put what looks like a real popsicle stick on here, and so I'm going to use a you know, it's a tongue depressor, but what do you call it? A popsicle stick, but it's one of the jumbo sizes. But anyways, and then I'm going to use a jumbo, my words, Jenga. Not a jumbo one, but a real Jenga block. I think that's the real size. And also I have a little cube from the Dollar Tree, because I'm gonna kind of prop this all up in the little scoop out part that they already made for their pretend stick. But I want to wrap this in the blue so you don't see it, right? So we have to cut a little bit of fabric. Let's see, where did my scissors go? We're gonna cut as much of the blue fabric here as we think we can spare. And we'll go back later and cut the rest off. But I want to cover my little square here. So let's just go one. Yeah, we'll make it like a package. And I should just staple gun it, but I didn't bring my staple gun, so we're just gonna glue it, I guess. So that'll cover that. So we've wrapped that. And then we'll do the same. We'll kind of wrap it like a present. And I'm going to do the same thing to the little blue cube. I'm going to wrap these up so you don't see the wood. And I'll be right back. All right, now I did have to get my staple gun out. And I stapled this burlap right to the wood because Mod Podge was just, you know, it's just not really a glue. It's more of a sealer. But anyway, let's work on, I'm going to put that aside. Oh, and I painted my little tiny cube because that was really not going to get wrapped with that burlap. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not thinking. I have DKA brain. It's crazy, you guys. I don't know if any of you have ever had DKA. I would be so curious to talk to you about it. Like, when does the feeling of your brain not belonging to you go away? Anyways, I just ripped off the tag, but this is a piece of Dollar Tree fabric, and I am going to use the part that looks like denim down here, and I'm just going to cut off maybe, I don't know, like an inch of thickness all the way across. It's going to be wider than this because this piece is doubled, and I'll put this back aside. So now when I open this up, it's doubled, so I have a good strip, and it's not denim, but it's pretty cool, so it looks kind of like that, so I'm going with it for the blue. I didn't really have any blue material, and now I'm cutting it in fourths. I'm just doubling it and cutting it because we're going to make a rag ribbon bow here. Also, I have some little red and white gingham. I'm just going to cut that right down the center because that's a little wider than I want. We'll throw in some of our red, white, and blue burlap. So we'll have all kinds of textures on here. Let's get a little piece of red and white from our excess over here because we haven't trimmed this up yet. I only need a piece of each. We don't want to go crazy with that because it's already all over our project, so we don't really need a ton of that. And I really butchered this red piece, so let me see if I can fix this up a little bit anyway. And then I like mine to be shredded, not shredded, what's the word, frayed. I like mine to be a little bit frayed. So I'm going to put a piece of that down, and I'm just going to cut this a little more straight because I kind of butchered this one too. And I'm going to make an X. And then I'm going to take my piece of blue. I think we'll save that piece of blue, and we're going to just go crazy. I'm going to put a piece of my gingham, and we're just kind of making like a star or maybe an asterisk. You know what I mean? Is that the right word? Just kind of make it crazy, however you want it. And I think we need to cut this one down and make that a little more thin as well. I'm gonna put this one, let's go red, one more red here and an X, and then we'll put this one this way. So just make sure that all your layers though are gonna stick out, and we're gonna get a little tiny zip tie handy here. And let's just now layer our red, white, and blue. I guess I thought I had 2 layers here. I do. 2 layers. I have 2 layers hiding in there. So I'm going to just layer my favorites here because I really want it to be more rag ribbon than burlap. I might even omit the burlap if I can't cinch it up. Good. All right, so there is that. Now, you're going to put your finger in the middle and kind of pinch it up, but I wanted to put in a couple of these pip berries before we do that. And actually, this one is long enough that we might be able to just use this to keep our bow together or to hide our zip tie. So I'm just going to put my finger in. Let me see if that's going to work. Yeah, okay. So we're going to, I think it should be. It's kind of tight, but I think it'll be all right. We're going to take a piece of blue pip berry and a piece of red pip berry. And let's see, I don't even know what size. Probably about a foot. How's that for measuring? That's a real good guesstimate. Gotta pull this out here. I didn't want to unwind the whole pipberry wreath. Oh, I see. I got the wrong end. I always get the wrong end first. Always. Are you guys like that? It's a 50-50, right? But I'm gonna get it wrong. Look at that. Right there is a good place to end. All right, so I'm just gonna double those, so we'll say 6 inches, right? And I like to take a pencil and just give them a little twirl at each end, because they grow like that, little pip berries. And we're just gonna lay that, I'm gonna cut this one in half as well. We're just gonna lay these in our bow, our rag ribbon bow. It's so much fun to get back into crafting. Every day my mind wants to craft, right? But I think I'm gonna skip this as the tie and just stick with the zip tie. But every day my mind wants to craft, and I'm trying to think of crafts, but then I would come down to my craft room and think, I just don't have it in me. So today seems to be going really well. I know it's probably long. It might be too long, you guys. I hope not. I'm pinching this bow. I'm going to get rid of, I'm going to try this again here. I am going to take this last little piece of blue off, because I think we're going to use that to cover up our little zip tie. I had 2 of these going the same way, so you couldn't see it. Couldn't see it. Alright. Now, I'm just going to put that back. I am just going to make a part, put my finger down, pinch this middle up. Pinch, 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 pinch. Take my zip tie and try to do that right here. Oh, I had it backwards. I always do that too. Try to zip tie that and pinch it all at the same time, and I'm losing my pinchy grasp, but that's all right. All right, now before we pull this tight, we're gonna set that down in the back so that'll be there. You're gonna want to make sure, because especially if you're like me and everything slips, you're gonna want to make sure that all your layers are laying down the way you want it. So pull and tuck and do all the things that you want to do to your bow before you pull this tight, 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 tight. And I think I have mine all the way. Can't figure that out, but all the way that I like it. So we're gonna go with it, and now I'm just gonna make sure my little plastic pull piece is in the back, and I'm just gonna pull. And I have terrible fingers, so I always like to take a little pair of pliers and kind of pull with those, because I just can't pull it tight enough. And then we'll snip that off, because we don't need that on the back. And we totally forgot to put all of the curly cues in it, so now I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take my white one, because we forget, and I'm going to take my red and blue one, and I'm going to take my white one and just wrap that around, wrap it around where my plastic piece is. Ah, my goodness, my fingers don't want to work. And back around to the other side. Yes. Pull that around. And there we have our red, white, and blue pip berries all incorporated in our cute little messy bow. Let me give you guys a shot of it. Hold on. Let's trim this up a little bit. Trim it so that it's all the same. We have our little pip berries. How cute are those? Let's not hide those. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see if I can hold it from behind. Look how cute that is. But we're not done. We're gonna put a rusty star on it. Now, if you don't have a rusty star, Dollar Tree has some really cute flowers that would be cute in the middle of it. You can put just about anything. Buttons, a button would be cute in the middle. I have a frog in my throat. Anything would be cute, but I like rusty. So we're gonna put a little rusty star. I get these on Amazon. I don't get them at Dollar Tree, but now this is gonna be hot, but we're gonna put a heap ton of glue because we really want this to hold. So we're going to put a heap ton of glue there, and then gently we're going to put this rusty star on here, and we're going to hold it with the pencil maybe. Let's just hold it down with the pencil, and I'll fart around with my little pip berries. Whoops, don't slide off. I like my star to have the top up, facing up. Very hot though. It's sliding because of my pipberry wires. There we go. I think I fixed it now. All right, so that we're gonna set aside. It's adorable. Hope you can see it. Adorable. It's got all, we put everything in it. Now we're gonna set that aside for a minute, and we're gonna work on putting, let's cut all our excess material off here. I think I might just go around with scissors, to be honest with you. I was gonna flip it over and do like an X-Acto knife, but I really don't think I'm gonna need to do that. So I'm just gonna go with my scissors and cut it. I hope you guys are enjoying this craft with me today. This is a great time to give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you're saying hi to me in the comments. I love to. I'm going to cut this on the side long because I want to keep those long pieces there. I love getting to know you in the comments. I really do. I love having a little community of friends. You know, I just love each and every one of you. People say, oh, I love you, but you know what? I do. I love you guys. You guys have been with me through thick and thin and almost death. I mean, I really just had a really, really hard time on vacation, and you know, you guys had no way of knowing. I think I have some little scissors here. Do I have some little scissors? I might have them over at the Cricket station, but I'm gonna try to cut this. If I have to, I'll just use the X-Acto knife. Let's see. I have a really good Cricket knife that I absolutely love. If you know, you know, because you love yours too. All right, let's just cut that right off. Go around the corner there, because this part is kind of a corner. So good luck with that, but it's doable. I'm doing it right in front of you. If I can do it, you can do it. But it's so much fun to talk to you guys in the comments. I have some friends that I know what's going on in your lives and surgeries and all the things, and you know what's going on in my life. And Terry Ann just got off a cruise, and yeah, everybody, Stacy's going through her things, and we're all just talking to each other and praying for each other, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. I just think that we're a great little community forming here, and it's all thanks to Jesus, because in the pandemic, I had nothing to do, no one to talk to, and that's how this all came about. So I guess that we can thank the pandemic for something. I don't know. I found so many new friends here. Okay, let me just give this a cut a little bit thinner. I know this is a long video, you guys, but I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Look how cute this is already. I absolutely love it. All right, now I'm gonna put my little cube, here it is. I'm gonna put my little cube down here inside of my popsicle, about here, I guess. And what that cube is for is to brace my next cube, my big Jenga block. And what my big Jenga block is going to brace is my big super duper popsicle stick. So we're going to put this, I'd say, probably about there. That's what we're gonna do. So we are going to glue this big one down to the inside and with a heap ton, and to the little cube with the heap ton. Make sure we have a heap ton because it's got to stay there. So ready, 2, 3, press it down. Press, 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 press that down. Clever. We're so clever, aren't we here? We're so clever as crafters. All right, so look, that's what we have. A little fill-in piece, if you will. And now I'm going to take my popsicle stick and glue my popsicle stick down to the fill-in piece. Just like so. Right? So there is our big popsicle. I'm going to go a little bit higher, actually. There is our popsicle stick. We have to hold. And then we're going to put our little crazy bow on our craft. And it's going to be adorable. All right, let's make sure all of our little layers are showing. I want to put it this way because that's the way I like the top of my star to be up. And now we are going to, I think what I would like to do before I do this, just for fun, really, not even for stability, but it will give it a little bit of stability. I'm going to take my jute. This is so much fun. Look at the mess I have, you guys. I'm going to take my jute and I'm going to just glue it right here, right? And I'm just going to go around and around. Let's get that glued first, though. I'm going to go around and around and around with my jute. Put this over here. Just for the look of it. Because I'm trying to make my popsicle, we're going to have to take this out a little bit more here. I'm trying to make my popsicle look primitive because I like that look, okay? Country primitive. Primitive's like Little House on the Prairie look. Really country, right? More than farmhouse. It's rusty and dirty and used. It's primitive, very primitive, and that's the look I'm going for. So it's gonna look like we're holding our popsicle on with the jute, but we're really not. All right, so when we get here, I'm gonna give it a little bit of glue. And I apologize if this is so long. Skip over some of the, just skip it. All right, so now it's gonna start getting rounded, so I'm gonna have to use some glue so it will stay where I need it to go. Might have to hold each piece, actually. Yeah, see, this is part that you can skip over because I can't stop and touch my button. So skip it. but look at what we're doing. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. All right, here, let's go around. Gotta hold it there. We started it. We gotta finish it. So I can pause you. I'll pause you and finish it. Okay, you guys, so it looks like that. Pretty kind of silly right now, but let's hide that with our beautiful bow that we made. Make sure our star is pointing up. And we're gonna put that right here on our popsicle. Our primitive summertime fun popsicle. Let's just put this down. Let me point it towards me. OMG, so cute. We do have to make a little hanger for it though. So let's probably do a little jute hanger for the back of it. We're gonna just keep this on here for a minute. Let that set up. And then, yeah, I think a piece of jute would be a great hanger. I'm gonna make a knot at this end, something to glue to, for my glue to hold to. And then we probably don't need it. We'll go over here and glue, knot this side over here too. Just a couple of knots. Something for the glue to hold to. And then I think it's safe enough that we can flip it now. And we will put on our hanger here. So let's put a little glue, a heap ton, and put our knot in it, right? Just set that knot right in there. And then we'll go right across from that as even as we can. Even Steven. Put our knot in that. Pat that down with our protector there. There we go. And then I usually put a little something, but I don't think, let's see, this might work. We'll put a little piece of popsicle stick right across the top so that the jute cannot fall out. You know what I mean? A little more protection. And we'll do it on the other side as well. And that way, if by some chance it wants to pull, the knot will stop at the little popsicle stick. And if I were going to sell this, I'd put some felt or something over it. But I am going to decorate myself, my own self with this. Actually, it may go to the doctor's as well. So there is our hanger in the back, easy peasy. And dun dun dun, this is my first craft back, you guys. What do you think? What do you think of my primitive little popsicle that says Sweet Summer? Could have done my Sweet Summer bigger, actually. But is that cute or what? I mean, the back is still plastic. Could have wrapped the whole thing. But we did all kinds of fun. We used some spray Loctite today in this craft. We used a staple gun today in this craft. We used burlap today in this craft. And we also used an iron today in this craft, right? So that's a lot of fun things for this craft. Oh, and don't forget, we also used our iron-on, Dollar Tree iron-on, which I have to say now, it may be only I can't remember if I've used it once or twice. I definitely had a new box today, but it definitely worked great. I had no problem. It's perfect. It works just like my other iron-on. So how cute is that, you guys, right? Fun, fun, fun. Now, I am going to take, after this video is all done, I'm going to take some Mod Podge. And I'm going to go around and seal my edges so they don't fray anymore. But I don't want to take time. And I'm also going to take some Waverly wax to my popsicle stick and make that darker. So it might be darker in the photograph that might be the thumbnail for this craft. So I don't know. But it might be darker because I don't want to take any more time. Your time is precious, and I thank you so much for being with me today and watching this long craft. I know I tried to make it quick. I don't know. Anyway, really fun. I had to do something fun with this popsicle, so I hope you find it fun, and let me know in the comments what you think of my first craft back. I'm trying to get in the swing of things. I really am. Not only for you, but for my sake. Crafting is therapy for me. So, all right, everybody, be blessed. Let me know in the comments what you think of this, and if you would have done something differently. Yeah, I love talking to you. So, all right, make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, because when we get up to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do something, a giveaway. So you have to be subscribed to win. Make sure you're sharing with all your friends, family, and social media. It really does help this girl out. It tells YouTube that you're interested in what you're seeing over here. All right, everybody, until I see you again, be good and do good. Bye now.